What is good, guys? Terry came out a while back now, and as we enter the next few months, we'll be getting a fifth character to wrap up the Fighter's Pass in this first wave of DLC, as we know that more content will be coming to Smash Ultimate in the future. In this video, we'll take a step back and look at the Fighter's Pass from sort of like a review perspective and talk about each of the characters that have been added, the stages that have come with them, and of course, the music. And I'll address both the objective facts and my personal opinions on all this information, so let's get into it. Announced at 2018's Game Awards, first and foremost, we have Joker from Persona 5. I remember his announcement very well because I was in line at my campus GameStop, out in the cold for the Smash Ultimate midnight release with a bunch of other dudes on that cold December night. And we just had a Smash 4 tournament and a game truck in that parking lot. So while waiting in line, these guys and I were talking about all things Smash, like Smash 64, Melee, and of course what characters we were looking forward to in Ultimate. And I pulled up my phone to check the time and saw a YouTube notification that Joker had been announced as the first DLC character. I'm not one of those people, but I understand those people who joke about a Batman character getting in, because before this announcement, I'd never heard about Joker or anything about Persona. As a Nintendo and Xbox player myself, and Persona is exclusive to the PlayStation, it's not hard to see why I've never heard about him. A lot of Nintendo fans were also a little bit confused like myself, because if you're someone who's only played those systems and you never had a PlayStation, you probably wouldn't know who Joker is. But Persona has a very large fan base, both within PlayStation gamers and people that crosses platforms, crosses fan bases. And from what I can tell, a lot of people were excited for Joker, and Joker was well received. From his announcement to his release, it felt like forever because he was announced in December and he came out in April. But we got him, and he's pretty fun to play. He's got a nice moveset in my opinion, and is arguably really good because MKLeo uses him and has done crazy stuff with him. Joker's special gimmick is Arson, which is his persona or whatever. I don't know the lore, but he can be built up with a meter. And once your meter maxes out, you get Arson, and he lets you hit harder and do stronger variants of your moves. With every DLC character, I played a lot of him when he first came out. However, while he's good, he wasn't exactly my playstyle to stick with in the long run, and I kind of gave up on him. The Persona stage, Mementos, is really cool. It's a very colorful, vibrant, and it's kind of unlike any other stage in the game with its sharp colors. The fact that it comes in 3 different colors depending on the song, it's a very trivial piece of detail or information, but it's cool and shows the attention to detail that the Smash team have. Persona music is also very enjoyable. As someone who doesn't know anything about the series, I will say that the music is banging because I do like the music on that stage. And whilst Joker is probably foreign to people who've only ever played Nintendo games, Joker was arguably a very strong first DLC character that set a precedent for third-party potential. As again, Persona 5 isn't on the Switch and doesn't look to be coming. And that's this precedent that any character that could get in, really, because it's not even about the Switch anymore. So being a solid package of stage, music, and character with this third-party precedent again, just was a good way to start in my opinion. Announced at E3 2019, Hero from Dragon Quest and Banjo Kazooie from the game of the same name were next up in line. I was disappointed at the start of E3 Direct because some Japanese RPG character I've never heard about was announced, and then by the end of the Direct I was ecstatic because my childhood character had returned to prominence for the first time in over a decade. Arguably, Heroes for Japan and Banjo Kazooie are for the West, despite there being fans of each character in the opposite region you would expect, right? But regardless of that, E3 was hype. It was a hype time for Smash Ultimate as 2 character announcements promised content coming in the near future. Hero dropped at the very end of July, which made me think for a second, just now when I was writing the script, that he came out in August, but he didn't. It was actually July, very end. Hero has 4 different appearances based off the different Dragon Quest heroes, and my favorite one is the pirate-looking guy with the bandana. I think he's from Dragon Quest 8, but I could be wrong about that. My friends and I had a blast playing Hero when he was just initially released, as we were all playing the same character and we were having these crazy moments with the RNG as a result of that. However, the RNG is a little bit less favorable now, a few months after release. Getting whacked in a serious competitive match isn't that fun. However, it spawned a bunch of memes such as the famous "Ho's mad" saying. So how can you be mad about that? Hero has spawned that tournament controversy, of course, because he's banned in a few tournaments, not banned in others. I mean, right now I kind of stand in the middle of that controversy. My original view, like when he came out, was that I thought Hero moved too slow, like his movement's a little too slow for me, and the RNG consistency would hold him back from truly being competitive, as any setup you could make with any of the RNG moves is just RNG. It's inconsistent, and competitive players like consistency. You know, like that's why they place Lucina higher than Marth, because Lucina's consistent. But after playing against Hero a lot, I definitely find the RNG moves to be a little annoying. They can throw a match. Like, you don't want to be put to sleep or get whacked literally out of nowhere. So again, I'm in the middle on that, and I don't do tournaments anymore. Hero's stage is particularly exciting because of how expansive it is. Like, the background is huge, and it feels like it's pretty much the whole Dragon Quest map, and it's very visually interesting to look at as you battle because it goes all the way around, and it's really cool. The map is probably my favorite aspect of like the Hero character pack as a whole, because while the music is good, it's not nostalgic for me. Like, it doesn't do like the nostalgic feeling for me, and it's not interesting or appealing like how the Persona music is. Because while the Persona music isn't nostalgic for me, it's like, hey, this is something cool. And the Hero's music is kind of like, it's just all right for me. So Hero's like the only Fighters Pass character that I haven't done a montage on, and I feel like that is sadly representative of my opinion on the character. Hitting us shortly after in September, we got Banjo and Kazooie after what felt like forever since E3. I was personally very excited for Banjo, as again, for those who don't know, the game on the N64 was one of my first games that I ever played, and I was about 4 at that time. Banjo and Kazooie are Nintendo characters at their core, and they definitely feel like they belong in Smash. It's really cool that we have Joker, Hero, and now Terry in the game, and standing alongside like Cloud, Ryu, and Bayonetta, as they're very interesting third-party characters that make Smash feel very diverse and feel like a very interesting game to play because we have all this representation. And while Banjo is technically the same as those characters, his whole vibe and appearance and history, for me, point to him having the same standing as DK or Mario being in Smash. Like, he's a Nintendo character at his core. He's definitely home in the game, and he's a very fun character to play. His moveset is good. I think all of the DLC characters have good movesets, and you could maybe argue that because of DLC privilege, like they want people to buy them. But none of them are busted, and in my opinion, I still think base characters like Peach and Lucina are the best in the game. Banjo's moveset is super fun to use in my opinion, and while his Wonder Wing, you could say, is a little bit OP, it's super easy to shield and then grab him out of it. Banjo's combos are fun, like he's down throwing up smash, easy as fuck. His whole vibe is just overall happy and cheerful with the go-ho. And it's just like a really fun character pack because you have Spiral Mountain. It's a really good looking stage, and it shows the Smash theme and Sakurai's attention to detail when making these stages for us as DLC. Like, there's a whole lot to look at in the background. The Banjo-Kazooie music in the game is a joy for me. Like, it has that nostalgic factor, and I think it's awesome that Grant Kirkhope, the original composer for the Banjo-Kazooie game, got to come back for the Spiral Mountain remake. I'd say my only complaint with the pack is that there is no Final Battle remix, and Final Battle is the song that plays when you fight King Tilda in the game, and it's a really awesome song. It's really intense, really fast, and it's like perfect for Smash, and it would have been my go-to song to include, but they didn't include it, so that's my only criticism there. Finally, we have Terry Bogard, who has no criticism on my part when it comes to the music selection, and perhaps the whole pack overall. I was shocked in the presentation, and even still now, that Terry has brought 50 new songs into the game. That's just crazy in itself. Terry Bogard comes from Fatal Fury, and for me, is the best DLC character so far. Best in terms of everything, and I will talk about that. Banjo is obviously my favorite DLC character for the obvious reasons, but when it comes to stage, music, moveset, and overall value, I think Terry by far is the best, and I think that is kind of indisputable, but you can let me know in the comments about that. For me personally, I knew nothing about Terry when he was announced, just like Joker, and pretty much just like Hero. Like, I didn't know shit about him. My opinion was meh. I was like, I don't know who this dude is. And I feel like a lot of the Smash community was meh about Terry's announcement. Yet once he was like presented and revealed, and I started playing as him, all of that meh transitioned to excitement. And this is why I believe that Terry is the best. For me, Joker was intriguing and cool, and he was fun for a while, but he fell off. And Hero was uninteresting and stayed uninteresting for me despite the controversy. And Banjo was exciting, and he stayed exciting, but Terry is the one character to flip the script. He started out as uninteresting for me, but he completely shifted my perspective and has become exciting and fun. And no other character has done that for me. Like he's gone from someone I didn't know at all about to being like one of my favorite characters to play as in Smash, and I think that's something special. His moveset is super fun. His combo potential is insane. His special inputs for Power Geyser and Buster Wolf, while they're a little tricky for me to do, and based off the memes, I think for the whole Smash community, they has trouble with them. While they're tricky, they're satisfying and allow for even more mix-ups and combos. He's a very technical character, but a very fun character. And the SNK music is fast-paced, loud, and banging. Like, it's some of the best music in the game, too. The King of Fighters stage, well, I don't know if it's going to have any place in competitive. It's a nice gimmick and pretty fun to play with your friends on the couch. Like I was just doing that the other day. And even when you have the stage in Omega form, you get these awesome fireworks whenever you get a kill. So you could definitely play this in a tournament and have some hype moments whenever you clutch out a stock. I don't do tournaments anymore, but however, if I were to pick a main, I might say Terry at this point, because he is recent. I did spend a lot of time with him to make the montage, but he's a fun character, and I like how I've come to enjoy a character that I was sleeping on when he was announced. I have no honest idea of who the 5th character is at this point. I'll make some more speculation videos closer to the character's announcement, like in the next few months. And of course, a montage for that character, unless I really don't vibe with their moves. But I have a feeling I'll probably like them. Each DLC has been really good, despite the flaws, or what I've said previously. The Fighters Pass overall is a very good package. But that's all for me. Drop your opinions on the Fighters Pass and the characters within it down in the comments below. Subscribe for more Smash content, and I'll see you around.